What's up, Pickle Peeps? Today is Friday the 13th, and I thought it's a great day to talk about fans, right? Our brand fans. Why? It's a Friday. I don't want to talk about a horror story necessarily, but I feel like one has kind of subtly happened in the world of fans. Now, anyone who's been around the channel for a while knows that I, Melissa Pickle, am a mega fandom person. I can't go a video without cracking a movie reference, or a show reference, or a Marvel, or a Star Wars, or a Lord of the Rings reference. It just doesn't happen, right? And if you don't get the references, that's okay. And if you do, more pleasure to you. Enjoy the references. But one of the great things that goes along with being a mega fandom person is that I used to love going to movie premieres. Now, what brought this up in my head, so I promise we're getting to fans, is I am excited because I am, fingers crossed, planning on going to the movies this weekend. And it is the first time that I'll be going to the movies since pre-COVID. Sit in a movie theater movie since COVID. I think I did a couple of drive-in theaters during it, but it's just not the same experience. And I'm gonna go see Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. I'm very excited for this. Oh my god, yes. But one of the things it makes me think back. So not just pre-COVID world, but pre-mega streaming world is kind of what I'm thinking of. Netflix changed everything, and then COVID exasperated it all with streaming, because part of me is well, I'm sure in a couple of weeks I can just press a button, I can pay Disney and watch the movie from my couch as many times as I want. But you lose so much. So yes, if you can stream premieres and stream all these amazing movie, event style movies and stuff, you lose the fan experience. Let me know, Pickle Peep, if any of you were ever midnight premiere people. I am sinking to the depths of my fandomness here, my fangirling here. I am a midnight premiere person, or I was. So, I was so excited. I think the first ones, I don't remember the first one I ever did, but I did, the one that sticks out in my head, I think it was probably Harry Potter ones or something was the first one that I did. Or I didn't do Lord of the Rings because I was too old, or I was too young. But I know I did Marvels, and I know I did Batman Dark Knight. That's the first one I knew there would have been previous ones that I'd done, but that's the first one that sticks out in my head as a movie premiere. And at that point, I live in the boonies, people. I don't live in a city or anything like that. But at that point, for that movie, The Dark Knight, the entire 21 screen movie complex was sold out. And we had to get there early because you didn't have assigned seats in the theater. It was strength of the fittest? I forget the terms. And I gotta get moving. You had to... Okay, you had to wait. You had to be there in the theater. You had to be surrounded by people. So we got there, and I was treating my nephew, or not my nephew, my cousin. So I had my little sister, I had my cousin with me, and we went out, and they were 10 to 13, something like that, somewhere in that range. And my cousin is all, there's gonna be no one there. Who goes to the movies at midnight? This is stupid. And I was just you wait. I knew it was coming. So we get there, and we have to park a mile away from the theater because everything is booked up. We're just going up and down this. There's lines to get in. Even you had to pre-buy your tickets for this, but there's lines to get in and processing, and you wait 45 minutes on the line for popcorn. And then finally you get to your theater, and there's security at each of the theater doors to make sure you're going into the right one. And you get in there, and it's just a sprawl, and I was trying to find spot for 3. And we finally get there, we walk, and we're searching, and we end up 2 rows from the front. On the side, there were 3, because kids with me, I can't abandon them and split us up. Not happening. But we were there, And like if you were late, even if you got there a half an hour before the movie started, which most people think is pretty early, forget about getting a seat if you have a party with you. Like, not happening. But like, this was the culture, and it was exciting, and everyone was there for the same purpose, to see the new Batman movie. Same thing with Star Wars. Like, any big event thing, especially ones that have cult followings, and just the fandoms are so easy for that. The comic book ones, the hero ones are so easy for that. But anyway, so we get that done, we get our seats, and then everyone's just like sitting and waiting, and you sit and wait for forever. Like, I've gone to midnight premieres like 2 hours ahead of time, and you just sit and you be prepared to be bored. But we had like a band was sitting front row, and everyone was like, oh my god, it's Cheech and Cambria, and I know I'm messing up their names, I don't care. And then for that theater, in that movie, like, midnight came and our screen didn't start, and all of a sudden we could hear explosions and stuff going, like you could hear it ripple through the walls of the screens either side of us, but not ours. And we were like so that happened. Like, another one, when we went to Dark Knight Rises, and I hated that movie, but that's a different story. But in the theater, like, we sang happy birthday to people got up, like there were charades going on. It was crazy fan event, like going to a Comic-Con. And I don't care if you like superhero movies or not, because that's not what the moral of the story is. The moral of the story is giving your fans a place to hang out, to be excited. And I feel like streaming services have killed it. And if streaming services didn't kill it, then I don't know when in the world this 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock midnight premiere showtime started. Like, what? How lazy. I mean, are you catering to the teenagers who got school tomorrow? Like, I was proud to get 1 to 2 hours of sleep and then go to school the next day, or go to work. Like, I just pulled the all-nighter for being part of, like, these were the diehards. And I feel like you don't get that anymore. It's not the same in the movie premieres now, because just anyone can walk in. It's not a difference. It's not a midnight premiere anymore. All of that to go on to say that streaming services have killed it. 6 p.m.s have killed it. And our customers want it. Like, our customers want excuses to be raving fans. Now, doesn't matter if you're a superhero fan, if you're a gardening fan, like, no matter what, people get excited about something. I mean, I watched multiple, launch drops for the Hocus Pocus makeup collection by ColourPop, and actually stood online at the makeup store before the door opened. I've never done that before. I don't know if I'll do it again, but whew, reminded me of Black Fridays and being the first in that door with that rush. But it's like, it's such a feeling. It's such an exhilaration, and there's such a camaraderie, not in the Black Friday rushes, but in the movie theaters. So how then do we bring that to our customers is the question when we run digital businesses, because of course I started this video by knocking on Netflix and knocking on Disney Plus and knocking on HBO Max and knocking on the Rona, because ooh. And I'm so excited to go to the movies. Like, oh my god, I'm so excited to go to the movies. When's the last time you guys went to the movies? Like, let me know. Are you excited? Do you like go to the movies, or do you not care about going to the movies? You like Melissa? This video is boring. Sorry. So what do we do to, like, bring it full circle here and give our customers, give our fans that kind of raving experience? Well, we do it. Some people argue you do it with a launch. I argue you do it with a pre-launch party, and I actually have one planned for next week. So I got to get my marketing going on that. But where is the place, like, how can you get your fans to come together and to talk to each other? Like, I don't know about you, but to me, Facebook groups are really hard for that. Getting people to engage in a Facebook group is kind of hard. But when they're together on a chat and you're kind of, or whoever is the face of your brand is spearheading what's going on, they start engaging, and then they start by engaging with you, and then they start engaging with each other. I have had so many beasties from my Metals and Pieces brand who have, like, they've become friends with the other people who show up on my Saturday night live streams, my trunk shows. If you want to know more about that, comment below, about my trunk show method. But give your fans a place where they can be fans. That's what it comes down to. Like, give your fans a place they can be fans. Whether you, and I'm going to be honest, like, going live is a spearheading way, because that you are the start of the conversation, and they can have their own conversations throughout, and they can encourage each other, and they can cheer each other on, and I've had people blast each other good-naturedly because they bought an item that someone else wanted. Like, no, it's sold out, so-and-so got it. Come on, it's Friday the 13th. So, all of that fun stuff, I encourage you. I do it through Facebook Lives and pre-launch parties. That's just me. My people are on Facebook. I can tolerate Facebook as far as social platforms go. Some people do it on Instagram. Some people do it on TikTok. You can go live on Twitter, but there's not really any point to it. I don't know if you can go live on LinkedIn. But any place, like the social media platforms are the easiest way to do it here, so when we have a broad customer base. If you serve a local area, how can you get your people to fan out? How can you get them to geek out on you and on your brand? So that is the mission today. That is the question. And do I have an exacting answer? Not really. I'm very curious what all of you have to say. Like, how do you do it? Do you do it by your events and festivals? Is that a way that you give your fans an ability to geek out on you? Do you do it through live streams? Do you do it through like your emails or your static posts? That's a lot harder because there's not dynamic engagement going on. It's very static engagement on a post. Even on a video like this, it's a bit more of a static engagement. You're not, like, I know some people, and you guys are awesome, these pickle peeps, who go ahead and they're watching the video and they're commenting along with the video. Like, I love it. And I try to go in and respond back to all of yours just like we're having a conversation. But it's not the same as a live stream. It's not the same as them commenting, it coming up on screen, and you responding and talking to them right there. Like, we are their heroes. Consider yourself my lovely handmade designer at Pickle Peep, have just upgraded to celebrity. Own it. Own your celebrity status and take advantage of it and use that power for good. Okay? Take advantage of your celebrity status because you are the owner of a brand. You are a designer. You are a maker. You are a celebrity to your fans. Take advantage, use that power for good, and give your fans a place to rave about you, whether it's a Facebook group, what's that. But give them a place, so give them a home to rave at you, rave with you, like geek out on you, and give them reasons to do so. So yes, that means engaging. That means engaging. That means talking to them. That means putting stuff out. That means putting out polls. That means putting out lives. Like, go live. And it's scary, especially if you don't go live a lot, but you think something cool, something neat happens, you're packing orders, maybe it's mundane stuff you do in your business, go live and invite your fans along the journey. Give them extra reasons to geek out. And it may take a while. It may take a month. It might take 2 months, any of that kind, to really get there on training them up that these opportunities exist for them. These excuses exist for your customers to geek out on you. But if you don't dangle the carrot there, if you don't say, hey, we're going to have fun, then they're never going to show up. So that is my Friday the 13th pet talk, a pickle peep. So I'm going to take my own advice and go crazy lives next week. It's also the reason, so remember I said, like, do it for 30 days, do it for 60. It might take 90 days. It might take more than that to build that habit. But it also takes that long for you, the content creator and curator. Ooh, that is create and curate. That is a tongue twister right there. But it takes that long for you to kind of figure out your celebrity mojo there, to get yourself going, figure out, like, what are your people? So it's a balancing act of giving your fans excuses to geek out, but also giving them the right stuff to geek out about. So you have to pull the right lever. I feel like that man behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz. See? Movie references. What'd I tell you? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. No, the only thing we don't want them to pay attention to is, like, what levers we're pulling. Because we gotta pull levers and triggers to get them to take the actions that we want them to do. And it's not the same across all audiences. Like, I can't give you a magic formula. I can give you a list of options. It's the same thing as when you run a discount code, Or when you run a promotion, you got discount codes, you got non-discount codes, you got shipping, you got like free gift, you got a whole slew of options right there. I think I have a list of like 21 different options. Let me know if you're interested in that list. Of which one is going to get them to take action. Don't know. You gotta push all the buttons. So when you go live or when you try platforms for getting your people to engage with you and giving them an excuse to geek out with you on your brand or on the lifestyle that your brand serves, most definitely let them geek out. Let them tell you how amazing their lives are and how much better because your products are in it, or your products gave them a home for this part of their life. But you got to hit all the buttons. You gotta press, is it this one, is this one, is it this platform, is it this time, is it this group, is it this headline, is it this thing that I'm doing? Do my people like watching order ups? I even got, where is it? I was doing order up lives, post my shows and like pre the holidays. And this thing going, order up, did phenomenal. People freaking love my diner bell. To watch me pack orders and join me in like seeing what's shipping out today. So that was a good one. I stopped doing them because I ran out of time, but I should go back to doing more of those. Because it's a great lever for my people. But you got to figure out what are the buttons and the levers that are going to make your people respond, that are going to make your people go crazy, that are going to give you a midnight premiere experience. And the more you can train them up on the regular to rave and to geek out with you, when you do have a big thing going, like a launch, you can run something like a pre-launch party for your fans and have them there, and they are so primed to buy because they have all this epic engagement with you. And they feel that you are more than just someone that they shop with, your friend. Or your brand gets them. And that right there, like, why do you think people see me as so obsessive? So I'm just like, oh, like, we wish we were them, or oh, they get me. Yeah. That's the magic secret sauce. All right, so this one was a little bit of a rant here, but again, happy Friday the 13th, Pickle Peep. Talk about a horror story. There's a stink bug on the ceiling. No, thank you. No, thank you. But go forth, have an awesome weekend. If you're new to the channel and you love these kind of Melissa rants, I promise Melissa rants are not the only topics on this channel. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We are in a 90-day sprint right now because remember what I said about you have to pull all the levers and press all the buttons and figure yourself out? I'm doing it right now with you guys. And with you guys telling me what content you want to see, what questions you have, what kind of rants you want to hear, what kind of book reviews you want, what kind of course, if you want course reviews, if you want another summit, if you want what you guys want to learn on and want from me, and I want to give that to you because, yeah, I'm building you up to be a community of raving fans, but I want us to be a community, Pickle Peeps, a community where we can share together and we can grow together. So that is my spiel. I'm sticking to it. If you want to know, get the reviews and so that you always know when there's new content out, not every day, but reviews, then I invite you to join the insider list. That link is down below. Otherwise, it's thehandmadehat.com/insider. That'll get you signed up for our email list so you know all the cool things coming around, like when the next gift guide challenge is and the new YouTube content. And there might be something about QR codes coming out. Yeah, I gotta finish that project. So I will see you guys on the next one. Till then,